Consumer protection is at the heart of Idaho's agency laws. Sometimes it's hard to see the line between what is appropriate and what is illegal when it comes to agency duties. It is important both brokers and licensees understand the duties owed to their clients when they are participating in a limited dual agency transaction with potential complications. To help you navigate through limited dual agency, the following scenarios have been developed. In our first scenario, the agent, Jill, is working with buyers, Jennifer and Carl. Jill has a personal relationship with the buyers because she has worked with them on a previous transaction. After learning of Jennifer and Carl's needs, Jill realizes that there is an in-house listing that would meet their needs. She approaches her broker about how to handle the agency relationship as the sellers are brokerage clients and the buyers have not decided on a form of representation yet.
Hi, I want to run something by you. Are you available later today? Great. Okay. See you then. I think I've got a buyer for one of Tom's properties he mentioned in the office meeting this morning. I want to show his listing on 123 Elm to my former clients. They're pre-qualified and can easily afford it. I'm sure they'll be ready to write an offer if they like it. Now, even though Tom is already representing the seller, I can still represent the buyers, right?
Yes, you can represent them. I mean, we have a signed representation agreement with the seller, so we already have obligations to the seller. Client representation for the buyers will mean limited dual agency. The service you provide might need to change from what you've given them previously. Limited dual agency without assigned agents means that we can't take sides and have to treat both sides neutrally. So this means you can't advocate for your clients the way you did previously.
Okay. Well, at least they should be able to get a great deal, since the sellers are moving quickly because of the divorce. When do you think the price will drop from $320 to $310, like Tom mentioned in the meeting?
Well, Tom shouldn't have shared that information, and I'll be speaking to him about it later. But see, that's a perfect example of the type of information that must be kept confidential. I mean, any information you've already learned about the seller needs to be kept confidential, even if you're working with the buyer as an assigned agent.
Well, what about price? I know my buyers are going to rely on me to help them know how much to offer. So how can I help them without giving away what I know about the seller?
Well, you can provide comps for similar properties in the area and advise them on the fair market value of the property, but you can't use your knowledge that a price drop may occur to advise them. I mean, the only way you can tell them that the seller is highly motivated is if the seller agrees to let you tell your buyers.
That makes sense. What if I accidentally let something about the sellers slip to the buyers? I'll try not to, but I've worked with them on a lot of transactions and they're getting used to getting certain information from me about the properties they view. I'm worried I might let something slip.
Disclosing something that could harm either client's interests, even if it happens by accident, will create liability for the brokerage. If it happens, you need to tell me immediately. I'm required by law to send written notification to a client whose confidential information is disclosed, even if it's shared accidentally. But if you're careful, it shouldn't be a problem.
Know the agency options available for your brokerage. In agency, certain information must be kept confidential per Idaho Code 54-2088 4A. This information includes that the buyer is willing to pay more than the listing price, that the seller is willing to accept less than the listing price, the factors motivating the buyer and seller, that the buyer or seller will agree to price or financing terms other than those offered. If confidential information is disclosed under Idaho Code 54-2088 6, the broker is obligated to promptly provide written notice of the disclosure to the affected client.